Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today I'm playing Altar Tron again because I can't get enough of this deck. And I'm trying to refine it, trying to make it the most powerful thing to be doing in Pauper. And now you might say that that's Glee. Callie, it's Glee, just play Glee. I don't wanna. I wanna play, that's fine, but I like this. So the way this works is we have Ashnod's Altar, sacrifice a creature, add 2 colorless. We have Mirror Retriever that costs 2 colorless, that gives you an infinite loop. Now with Foundry Inspector in play, which we're playing 3 Foundry Inspectors here, we get extra mana. So it costs artifacts, it makes artifacts cost 1 less to cast, giving you infinite colorless. You can use that infinite colorless filtered through Energy Refractor to do whatever you have going on, like cast your Deadly Dispute and Eviscerator's Insight, or use Blood Fountain to draw your entire deck. You can also make infinite Golem tokens with this specific list, or drain your opponent, for infinite with the new card, Pactdoll Terror. So I've modified this list. I took basically the same previous list, kind of, where I cut 1 Terror and cut the 4 crop rotations for 2 Weather the Storm and 2 Golem Foundry. I'm not crop rotations, the 2 Candy Trails. So the thing is, I really do think Foundry Inspector is pretty integral to the deck because it just makes you so much more explosive and it can give you colorless mana. And I also think that Golem Foundry is really good at stalling and really good at threatening your opponent. Obviously, Pactdoll Terror is a sweet win condition, but it's also not that great versus mono red. We do need some Weather the Storms to buy time. So in that regard, I got 2 Weather Storms in the main, 2 in the side. And then I'm just going to let go of Candy Trail, even though it's an awesome card, because we have a lot of card draw. We have 4 Deadly Dispute and 4 Insight, where we can flash back the Insight, get even more cards, so that's great. And then in the sideboard, I've got 4 Snuff Outs for Glee, the Weathers for Burn, or whatever other decks we need to stall against. Scattershot can clear the board, great versus fairies. We have Krark-Clan Shaman for the low to the ground, or on the ground board decks, and Nile Spellbomb for graveyard decks with a single Ancient Grudge. So another weakness to this deck is Pactdoll Terror. If your opponent has a Fangren Marauder in play, you pretty much can't beat them you can't beat them because you're draining them for 1 and they're gaining 5. It's not great. So you'd want to bring in a Scattershot in that case, or a Krark-Clan Shaman to clear the board. We can use Krark-Clan Shaman combined with the Golem Foundry for that purpose. Anything else? No, I don't think so. So that's the deck tech, and I will see you in the matches. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. All right, round 1, we're versus Lindosa01, who's a Boros Synth player. We have to mulligan a no-lander. We have Tron, so that's great. We can get rid of the crop rotation, probably. We have no black sources, which is not great, but at least we can draw a card on turn 2. Let's see if they're playing Boros Synth. They're on Great Furnace. We'll go Power Plant Wellspring. End step Lightning Bolt, okay. Aggressive. Yep, they didn't want to discard the hand size, so they pick up their land with the Boros Garrison. Clearly Boros Synth. So, play Tower. Don't think I want to expose the Foundry Inspector just yet. Golem Foundry's good. I'll pass the turn. We have to try to kill them without using the graveyard because our opponent has a lot of graveyard hate in their main deck with Thraben Charms and other stuff like that. They crack a clue. All right. This is not amazing. Guess I can just play the Foundry Inspector here since I can get it back with the Mirror Retriever at some point. But like I said, we don't have colors and that's our main problem. Journey to Nowhere would be a problem. Okay, they have it. Because I can't get the Foundry Inspector back now. I get in for 1, we're at 16. Second main core Skyfisher to pick up the Thraben Inspector, or they could pick up the Journey, but they pick up the Thraben. We're doing nothing. That's the turn. I have 8 colored sources in the deck, plus 5 lands that can cast colored spells. They synthesize her into a Bojuka Bog, cast the Thraben, and a Novice Inspector. This is not a good showing so far. And then they Galvanic Face. Come on. Let's get a colored source here, then do some stuff. There we go. Fractor. Draw a card. Gun of Weather. So at least I can not die this turn. I'll Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Another Refractor. I can play Swamp. Tap it for black. Make green. Crop the Swamp. and then get a tower. Then we can just Eviscerator's Insight on the Wellspring. I think that's still good. Insight the Wellspring. Draw 3 cards. And then Storm is 4. So I could have like gone Refractor into Weather instead of Eviscerator because then I could have had a Golem, but that's not what I did. So let's play the Weather. We'll gain 15, going to 25. Pass a turn. So this next turn I probably play the double terrors and then try to start just getting some slow value here. They've burned a lot. I mean, they went 7 damage face, so it's unlikely they'll have too much that they can do. I know they have a Krark-Clan Shaman in their main deck, though. And they can pick up and replay the Bojuka Bog with the core Skyfishes that are in their deck. He said he's going to scoop the match. Or he's going to scoop just here. All right, we win the match. That was pretty nice. I appreciate that, Lendoso. Good luck in the rest. And we'll see you in round 2. Round 2. Corzolan is our opponent. We have Weather the Storm if they're on burn. Seems fine. We have turn 3 Tron, Refractor, Mirror Retriever, Weather Storm or something. They've mulliganed to 5 right away. Playing an island. That's a bit scary, but they ponder immediately, so I can play the expedition map. Let's see how the ponder goes. And they don't shuffle. They keep their whatever was on top. And we're lucky enough to get under Spell Pierce with an expedition map. Ponder probably means some sort of terror deck. Mono blue terror, maybe. So on their upkeep, they cycle. So they wanted just whatever the top card was. Plays an island. Do a quick grabbing the mine here. Pass the turn. And I don't, oh, they thought scar themselves, so likely just mono blue terror. They're playing the Future Sight Brainstorm, which is kind of cool. 2 mana Tolarian Terror. We'll go mine. Play Refractor. Draw a card. Play a Mirror Retriever. We can play Chromatic Star, Deadly Dispute the Mirror Retriever. Then I can crop the tower and then play Weather. It's kind of neat. I'm just gonna do it. Just get out ahead. We'll draw a card off the Chromatic Star. Deadly Dispute the Mirror Retriever. We'll return the Chromatic Star. Okay. Now I will just crop rotation the tower. Grab a tower. And now I could just play the Mirror Retriever here. Or I can go Star Weather and gain 21 life. I feel like Star Weather's fine. Green. And we play Weather the Storm. And now that I have Blood Fountain, I'm less afraid of having to play the Mirror Retriever into a counterspell. I'm at 41 life. Get in for 5. Hot Scour themselves, milling it a Delver and a Brainstorm. Here comes another Terror. Okay, so plant. Play Refractor. Draw a card. Okay, Foundry Inspector's great. Play Inspector. Lay out the Blood Fountain. And then I can just discard a land here. Doink. And play Mirror Retriever. I think I'd like to just Retriever back the Chromatic Star. I'll block here. I'll use the Retriever to return Chromatic Star. And then this turn I'll go Inspector, Star, Fountain the Retrievers, Retriever, Retriever, and then do some stuff. It seems pretty cool. Play the Foundry Inspector. It's play a 0 mana Retriever. Play a 0 mana Chromatic Star. You will crack for black. Blood Fountain back, double Retriever. Retriever again. And again. Play the Chromatic Star. Now I think I'm just going to go black. See what I draw. Refractor. I'll just play it. The 0 mana stuff, like cantripping for 0 mana is just so good. Let's start on Insight. Crack the Retriever. We'll return the Blood Fountain this time. And then I have 3 mana. They dispel the Eviscerator's Insight. Fine. I'll go green. Why don't I just gain 30 life and attack you for 3? Doink. Then these Retrievers will just return Retrievers probably. Maybe one of them returns. All right, they found a counterspell. They're going to attack for 3. Okay. Play Wellspring for 0 mana. This is so sick. Okay. See if I can find a Golem Foundry. An expedition map. So I will map for, we already bin the pylons, so I'll just map for a tower. Usually I would map for the pylons there so I could get another look. Let's play out the Blood Fountain. They might counterspell. It's kind of in their interest to not counterspell there. Go ahead and attack with the Retriever as well. They probably aren't going to block. And I think it's better for me to just not do anything and let them waste their mana that they were holding on the counterspell. Play an island. Have 4 cards in hand. Getting in for 3 again, which is fine. So now I can end step the Eviscerer's Insight, sacrificing the Wellspring, and they have to counterspell there. Oops. So I want to, because this costs 5 mana, we'll make 6 mana. Filter for black. And then Eviscerer's Insight on the Wellspring. And I really like playing Eviscerer's Insight now. I was playing Rowan's Grim Search for a long time. And just the fact that this is a 2-for-1 always, it makes a big difference in today's age of poppering. So that got countered. We'll play Ichor Wellspring. Actually, now we have the draw your deck combo, so it is over. Play Ashnod's Altar. We will sacrifice Retriever and return a Wellspring. Play the Wellspring. Make black mana here. Get back double Retriever. Black mana. I'm just holding the Swamp in hand because I could discard it. Play Retriever and Retriever. We'll crack this for black. But I have infinite mana and I can draw my deck. Sacrifice Retriever for the Blood Fountain. Oh, I forgot about combo time. Sweet. It's so on right now. Okay. Play the Blood Fountain. Just doing my thing. Go ahead and start rummaging. Discard. There's a Golem Foundry. All right, so discard again. Now we'll be making stuff, but we found the Pactdoll Terror. Our opponent has scooped. Deck is strong. So far, no Candy Trail has been okay. And I think that that's backed on all these Deadly Disputes. Okay, so Nile Spellbomb comes in. We don't really need the Pactdoll Terror as a win condition. I think I will cut that actually. And then it's possible that I need more Weather the Storms though. I could cut 1 Inspector for 1 Weather. That seems fine. So let's do it that way. Golem Foundry does a good job of just winning the game here. Maybe quad Weather is fine. We did draw all of our weathers right away. Okay, so this is fine. Let's keep. We have turn 3 Tron. As soon as they tap out, we'll probably lead on the pylons. Our opponent leads on island, holding up Spell Pierce. So we'll just play the pylons and send it over after doing our scry of a land to the graveyard. Now, one thing you could do is bring in Snuff Out, but I don't know if it's the greatest. It could be. I might consider doing that post board in game 3. Our opponent's going to Ponder, plays a land. I will play out my Power Plant, and then if they do anything on this end step, I'll just immediately crop it. I could crop the pylons. I want to crop the pylons, or yeah, I'll crop the pylons. Crop here. We'll grab the tower. And then next turn, I have land, play Refractor. If they counterspell it, I can go Altar, Retriever, sack the Retriever, get the Refractor, replay it. Our opponent got Contaminated Aquifer, so maybe they're not mono blue. Maybe they're playing the Carves list, or he's playing some number of Sneaky Snackers. Double Refractor, okay. It's pretty solid. Now I don't care if they counterspell it. But really, your opponent should counterspell there. Okay, so I can either go Altar, Retriever, sack, get back Refractor. I think that's a good idea. Altar, just getting value here. Retriever, we'll return the Refractor and draw a card. Maybe not having the Retriever as a blocker could bite me. The Brainstorm. I really like this Future Sight Brainstorm. It's pretty cool. Or was it Mystery Booster? Pretty sweet. Need a Mystery Booster, Mirror Retriever. Plays a Delver. And a Delver, so that's bad. That's a lot of power. We'll start with a Refractor. The Mirror Retriever would have just not been doing anything anyway. Double, oops. I have, here we go. Let me just do my thing. Deadly Dispute the Refractor since we have 2 of them. Okay. We'll play Golem Foundry. Do you have a foil? They're going to dump their hand to counterspell that. Okay. So I guess I pass the turn. And then they will reveal a card. I'm going to stop on their upkeep in case they have a counterspell. Another foil. So they can't cast that. Okay. This is the Carves list. They have a foil in hand. No island though. Let's play Chromatic Star. Make black. Viscera's inside the Chromatic Star. Drawing a weather would be good. There we go. Just drew it. And now I have Infinite Storm. They scoop. Amazing. We actually had Infinite Storm there. And then we could have cast weather. So on to round 3. Round 3. This hand would be pretty solid if we had more land. So we're going to mulligan. I think we do have to be kind of on point with mulligans. Okay, so this hand is the nuts if we find a land. Ah, geez. I'm going to mulligan again, but I don't want to. Our opponent's kept 7. So we can't afford to dirtle. Okay, we have a decent start here. I'll keep and get rid of the altar. And, I mean, it's going to be Inspector or Terror. We're far from casting the Terror, but it can accomplish some goals. I think the Inspector can help us rebuild by being explosive, so let's do that. Not a fan of where we are. Jagged Baron, so it is Rakdos Burn. Yeah, I was about to say we're looking for a Wellspring. Just rip it. So we're going to go Wellspring and then probably just Eviscera's inside it, drawing many cards. They play an Epicure after pinging us again with their land. I'll play the Tower and Wellspring in case I draw Mine and Refractor. There's a Tower. I think it's best to just incite the Wellspring right away to try to get the Mine, get some colored sources, dig to a Weather the Storm. Right now we don't have any non-black colors. They're going to cast a Looting. And there's a Fiery Temper, discarding a Swamp as well. Okay, we're at 14. So the damage is adding up quickly. Find Retriever. Play land. Just going to incite this right now. I could draw a 1-drop. A Mine. There, that's great. And we drew a 1-drop. I'll play the map out. I mean, if I don't play the map, then next turn I would potentially have Storm Count. So I guess I'm going to hold it. So we're looking at Inspector into Wellspring. They're going to return. They're playing Looting again from the graveyard. So they can only use 1 spell if they actually get it on. And they've got a Kitchen Imp. So this is 3 damage coming in. We'll go to 10. 4 cards in hand for our opponent. They'll put us at 8. We can't do anything about. And I'm a little bit sketched. Another 1-drop. So if I can find a way to get to Weather the Storm, I'd be feeling okay. So no Candy Trail is looking bad here. Find Golem Foundry. Can't do anything. So let's play Foundry. And then go Retriever into map. Into map. Now we have a Golem. And they deal me 8 damage from hand. Maybe not. They don't have Galvanic Blast online right now. If they use this, they'd have to have like Mana Spell plus Double Bolt. Now they have 5 mana. Another Kitchen Imp. It's gonna make a Golem and pass it and like yield for the turn. I think if they attack with the Epicure, I will block with the Mirror Retriever, but I doubt that they will. Uh-oh. Do they have 6 damage from the looting? Just Fiery Temper, maybe? Maybe not a Bolt? Let's see. Do you have the Bolt? Just cast it, please, if you have it. Okay. They get in for 4. Clearly, I'm not blocking. Our colored sources were not great here. Do you have it? Chain Lightning. So I think reasonably should have cast that before casting things. We are gonna Weather the Storm next turn. Pretty close. So we just bring in all the Weather the Storms. And then don't really need the spell one we don't need. So I think the Golem Foundry is not actually very good. Otherwise, this is the best we can do. We have Weather the Storm, and then Pactdoll Terror can win the game. What did I mulligan to? Like 5? Darn. All right. So we're on the play. We have a solid hand. Very solid. Land Star, Land Wellspring. Then we have Dispute into Weather. So I think we can stall enough to get going. And I'm glad that I don't have to mulligan. I'll go Tower and Star and pass the turn. Our opponent leads on a mountain. And no play. Find a map. I think it's fine to just play the Wellspring. We could draw another land that matters. I guess they could be on Cast into the Fires. Looks like that's going to be the case. They're looking to smash this. Okay, plays a Faithless Looting. Discarding Snacker, grab the prize. I would have probably just grabbed the prize, discard Snacker there. I will play Expedition Map and pass the turn. Maybe they have tons to grab the prizes. They discarded Duress. Snacker comes back. So they are planning to Duress my Weathers, I guess. There's Jagged Barrens. There's Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Third Weather. Okay. I can now go map, grab a mine, play the mine, and then I can, I guess I don't think I'm going to die here, so I'll play the Mirror Retriever and pass the turn. Then I can go 1, 2, 3, Altar Retriever, get the map, play the map, sack the map, get the power plant, Weatherstorm, play Trespasser's Curse. That's a little bad, but I can attack eventually. I think Trespasser's Curse is fine, but definitely not great. Let's go. If I can sacrifice the treasure, doesn't really matter either way. I'm probably going to have to sacrifice the treasure. Play the altar. Yeah, we'll get in first. It's a bit of a risk because if they kill my creature here, now I can't sacrifice it for the expedition map and use the mana. They did not. Sacrifice the retriever. Get back the map. Play the map. Then I think I want to keep this green, so not use this. Let's map, power plant, and then go green. Just weather for 9. Or I can Blood Fountain first. But next turn I can Terror. So let's just weather for 9. 9 is fine. I guess this next turn, it sort of shows how good Energy Refractor is in this deck because I'm just waiting to draw Energy Refractor. They unstep the Bolt. It's 19 to 21 right now. Casting a Faithless Looting. They have Alms of the Vein and Kitchen Imp, so they will be tapping out. Puts me to 18. And now 14. No Refractor. I think I'm going to play Terror. Then life stays the same. Then go black for a Blood Fountain. We'll gain 2 life. They'll go to 20. Then I'm going to just go ahead and discard this power plant. Finding a mine. Don't like it. Guess I have to pass. Next turn I can Retriever. I can sacrifice Terror and Retriever. I think I just try to Blood Fountain back the Retriever, play the Retriever, get the star, stuff like that. The Jagged Barrens me to 15. Getting in for 4, I go to 11. This is getting sketchy here. Plays Alms of the Vein, we're at 8. We have a crop rotation. Okay. Blood Fountain, return Retriever. Play the Retriever. We stay at 8. Sacrifice the Retriever. We get the Chromatic Star. We play the Chromatic Star for 1. We go to 9. Our opponent goes back to 22. I'll go green. Loading. Let's turn off the yields. Go green. Put the trigger on the stack for this. Tap this for mana. We will crop rotation the mine. This way I have extra colors in play because we're going to grab the pylons and surveil. Surveil 1. Star on top. I'll put it on top. And now go black. Play another Pactdoll Terror. This actually increases my life total to 10. Play a Chromatic Star. We'll go to 12. Green here. And then we'll gain 18 life. Zoom. So the best draw for me now would be another Mirror Retriever, so I can Retriever back the fountain and then play the, do some slow looping there. We probably, we can, did I take out, I took out the Golem Foundries, but not the Foundry Inspectors. Our opponent goes Epicure. We're at 30 life. They're at 16. Kind of turned it around there. Pactdoll doing work. They'll put me to 25. Okay. And they have a Madness spell potentially. Fiery Temper. Go to 22. So the power plant. I think I'm just going to Viscer's Insight, sacrificing the altar. See what I can draw. There's a Refractor. That's good. Another Refractor. Another Refractor. I like that because now I can sacrifice the Refractor. Okay. Viscer's Insight. Sack the Refractor. Draw 2 cards. Deadly Dispute is kind of medium. Then I will just Weather the Storm again. Because I might as well. We're at 41 and attacking for 6. Bonk. So Trespasser's Curse not doing very much here. And they scoop. Awesome. Let's try it again. 4 Weathered Storm versus a burn deck. I can dig it. We have really 7 life gain spells in the deck. Looks pretty good so far. Okay, so let's keep this. It's a maybe slow. We have turn 2 Wellspring, turn 3 Dispute. Our opponent on Mountain Pass again, which is solid, and we find a map. Okay, so we have turn 3 Tron into Wellspring. Maybe we don't find the colored source though, and then we have to Deadly Dispute the Wellspring, play the Retriever, Eviscer's Insight, get back the Wellspring. Just lots of ins and outs. They go for Cast into the Fire. That's sort of sad. Played my Wellspring. I'm glad that they didn't do me any damage though, so I can take that. We find another draw spell off the Wellspring. So second Cast in the Fire would stink. They grab the prize, discarding a Sneaky Snacker. Do you have any more lands? They find a mountain. Find another Wellspring. I will play the land. I guess I have to pass. What do I do here? I Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can play a 2-drop. Or play my Blood Fountain. I probably want the colored source, so I'm going to pass here. I don't want to have to discard the hand size. That's my concern. They bolt me. Okay. Maybe I should have gone for it in response to the bolt. Let's Deadly Dispute now. See if I can draw Weather the Storm. I find a Chromatic Star. I would have been able to play that. I have Power Plant. Weather the Storm is now online. Let's play... Start with the Refractor. Any towers? Nope. Play mine. Play a star. Holding up Weather here. They end step a bolt. I'll cast a Weather Storm. All right. Let's go ahead and Weather then, because they hard casted Fiery Temper. So we effectively counterspelled their Fiery Temper. We'll go to 22. They get in for 2. They're getting mana screwed over there. Just play a Wellspring and draw. I have a Crop Rotation, so let's make green. Crop Rotation here. I love having Crop Rotation in the deck. It's really nice to convert basics in play to good mana. And I can start with map and then use the 3 mana here for an Eviscer's Insight on the Wellspring. And then I still have the mana open to crack the map or to Eviscer's Insight something else if something goes wrong and we're at 7 cards in hand. So I would like to probably map for a tower. All my mana's set up. They have a Duress. Okay. They take my Deadly Dispute. Mostly fine. Getting in for 2. I'll map for tower. Here they could bolt me and get under Weather the Storm. They decline. Let's play the tower. I'll go Star, Retriever, practice for black. Viscer's Insight the Mirror Retriever. Return a Wellspring. I want to maximize the number of cards I'm drawing. Okay. Found a Retriever. Let's go Wellspring. Also found a Crop Rotation. Let's black again. Viscer's Insight the Wellspring. Now I don't really care about hand size. I'm just trying to draw into a Weather Storm. Play another Refractor. Found a Pactdoll, but doesn't really get me anywhere. Okay, I'm just going to play out the Blood Fountain. Let's just see what happens. Maybe I could have saved it, but let's get rid of the basics. And then I guess that's it. The Vampires Kiss me to 16. Attack down to 14. Inspector's great. So let's go Inspector. Make black. Pactdoll. Drain you. Play a Mirror Retriever. And here, just start the things. 5 mana will Eviscerator's Insight the Mirror Retriever. Get back. I'm going to get back the Wellspring and then rely on the Blood Fountain to get my creatures back. Play the tower. Let's draw some cards. Draw a card. Draw a card again. We could have played the Crop Rotation, but I'd usually crop for a tower, and I already have all 4 towers. Keep drawing cards. Another Inspector. Okay, then we'll play out the map. We're at 20, our opponent's at 16. Now they're incentivized to use their Cast into the Fire on potentially the Pactdoll Terror instead of using it on the Blood Fountain. Blood Fountain is pretty important to my plan. It's the one of that I always draw and always makes a huge difference. And their Faithless Looting was discarding a Mountain Kitchenette. We'll go to 16. Not looking good for them. Okay, I'm at 16. Another Terror. Play the tower. Go Inspector. Looks like they scooped. Okay. I love it. So we're 3-0 on to round 4. Round 4, we have a no-lander, so we're going to mulligan. This seems okay. I think the worst card in this hand is probably the Terror, unfortunately. Don't think we can put back the Mirror Retriever or their Wellspring. I'll put back the Terror. A little bit concerned. Island from the opponent. Fairy Seer. Mono blue fairies. Scary. Or Demir that's starting on Island Fairy Seer. But my opponent has just loaded in whatever basics they found in their collection. So I'm assuming that it's Mono Blue Terror. Or Mono Blue Fairies. We'll lead on the Chromatic Star we drew. If they ninja right now, what I want to do is crack the Chromatic Star and play the Mirror Retriever. So I can block the ninja and return the Mirror Retriever. Or return the Chromatic Star. Getting in for 1. Big ninja is pretty bad. I'm really hoping I draw a mine and I can close Tron quickly. An energy refractor. Let's play tower. I guess I crack this for green in case I find a crop rotation. And we'll play a Mirror Retriever. There's no way I'm not blocking because I can't afford to let them just run away on card advantage. That's how these blue players win the game. They just ninja and never not ninja. But you have to keep hands playing mono blue fairies that has turn 1 creature, turn 2 ninja. So it's not like unexpected. They're holding open a counter spell or the spell setter sprite. Let's play Foundry Inspector. I assume they have spell setter sprite here. So now if I play the Chromatic Star, they use the spell setter sprite. I think I will pass and not block this time. I could maybe threaten blocking. Not sure. I don't want them just to get free spell setter value. The likelihood of them having mutagenic growth is low, so I will block. Block. Am I blocking? Can't tell. Yes? Okay. Brine Barrow. Okay. I guess I forgot about that being the case. My bad. I don't know why I completely forgot that card existed. Try Wellspring. They have Spell Pierce, I'm pretty dead. Please no Spell Pierce. God. Son of a gun. Pain. Life is pain. Fractor. Find Weathered. It's not very good. Life is pain. Mono Blue Fairies is very good against you when you don't have Tron online yet. Oy vey. They get in for 3 and draw a card. Sad. There's the mine. But it's not great. So I guess I just pass. There's the spell setter sprite we knew they had. They're very predictable. Getting in for 4. They go up to 8 cards in hand. I guess my hope is that they keep missing land drops. Wow, they're discarding hand size. That's good. My best draw is probably a Wellspring. So we can play the Chromatic Star, get it spell settered, and then play the Wellspring, draw a card, and then Weather Storm. We drew a mine. Or actually, Pactdoll Terror would be okay. Flash in another spell setter. This way they don't have to no, they still will have to discard to hand size. Getting in for 5. They will ninja a spell setter back. Puts me to 5 life. That's 6 damage this turn. They draw 2 cards. And hopefully they just whiff on their land there. They played a land. Big boo on. Definitely difficult. Draw a star. So we're going to try playing cards. Play a star. Play a star. Bracket for black. Play a star. I mean, we'll live another turn or 2 here. Crack this one for black. Crack this one for green. Go Foundry Inspector. Which is good because now I can block the ninja again, potentially. They might counterspell this. Building up Storm. Play a Wellspring. They let it resolve. That's really nice of them. Play an Energy Refractor, which they'll probably let resolve because we already have one in play. I'm on Pactdoll. Find an Eviscerator's Insight. I will cast it, sacrificing the Wellspring, and they will flash in their spell setter sprite. Can't afford to let me draw these cards. Yep. I think a Mirror Retriever would be great. So we have 5, 6 mana, unfortunately. All right, land. Weather the Storm. I'm at 32. It's their go. The odds of them having another Brine Barrow are probably pretty high. So maybe I just block the Brine Barrow this turn. And then try to double spell so I can use the Eviscerator's Insight. Unfortunately, we didn't have 1 more mana there. I use Bind the Monster to tap down my Inspector, so they probably don't have Brine Barrow in hand. That deals them 3 damage. They decline to ninja again. I mean, yeah, they don't pick up the spell stars with the ninja. They draw, and then they are going to loot. With my opponent's current pace of play, my goal is to try to stall as long as possible and maybe win the game through time. 1858 on clock. Will this resolve? Doesn't matter. I'm just going to go to the next game. I'm not going to try to work on timeout. Let's see. Yeah, we had nothing going on. That stunk. So we need all the scatter shots. Scatter shot, scatter shot. And then I like the snuff outs here. I'm going to cut, let's see. Cut the altar. We don't need to loop. We just need to survive. If I make 4 more cuts, I can cut 2 of these and 2 of these, or I can cut all of these and 1 of these. I think cutting crop rotation is not really where I want to be, because I think that having Tron online is really important. So let's, like this. Submit. Okay, we're on the play. We have the snuff out for their turn 1 fairy. Let's keep it. Get wrecked. I will go mine and see what happens. They're probably not going to see this coming. Start with the mine. Not to telegraph too much. Our opponent leaves on island. They might end step a Brine Barrow. They did not. Okay. Plays a fairy miscreant. Okay. We have another one. Looks like they're trying to spell pierce me here. All right, we have Tron. Let's pass. And what I want to do is yield until it blocks, so that it seems like I'm not doing anything. Comes the ninja, and then we will just blast it. Blast. And then they're going, what? What? I love it. Play a tower. Play a Golem Foundry. And a null would be a problem. It feels like they had Spell Pierce specifically. Nope, it was the annul. Now I can hardcast the snuff out. Play Miscreant. Okay. Now I'm looking for a 2-drop. Let's go Mirror Retriever. Now if they spell stutter sprite, I have snuff out again. But the fear is in their mind. They're very afraid of this snuff out, which is hilarious. I love it. Here it comes. Oh, it's a regular counterspell. Darn. Okay, so I guess I just kill this thing, play land, and pass the turn. Now they can hardcast a ninja. Can I find anything? Pactdoll Terror. Let's go. I've got a blocker. Hardcast of 1 mind. Not attacking into my terror. I like that. Fractor. Okay. Will this resolve? I really hope it does. Okay. We drain them. Now another draw spell would be great. Another terror. Oh yeah. It's on. Now I'm the aggro deck. Let's get in. Bam. They're at 13. Okay. My turn. Wellspring. All right. Hopefully this resolves. They could have double spell stutter. They did not have double spell stutter. We go to 22. Our opponent's at 11. Another retriever. Let's go. The retriever. Let's Eviscer's Insight on the Wellspring. Could Eviscer's Insight the retriever, but 3 cards sounds better than just getting a retriever. They might have a Dispel or a Spell Pierce. If that's the case, I probably don't want to cast any other things. But they scooped. Yes, Snuff Out is strong. I love it. Okay, let's try again. I mean, I could get rid of the Weather the Storm, bring the crop back in, but I think that plan was pretty good. We have turn 3 Tron. Keep. Also, the scatter shot's insanely good. Let's see if they have Spell Pierce. They have Fairy Seer. So we have turn 3 Tron. We can attempt a Wellspring. It'll be tough. We might have to map for the Conduit Pylons just to be able to set up the scatter shot. There's another Refractor. So we have double Refractor. Okay. This hand is looking decent, but it depends on how many draws they get out of these ninjas here. Big ninja's bad. They go to 6 cards in hand. Okay, we have a Chromatic Star. Let's map and get a power plant. That was a close one. I like how all of these cards with this frame, each one of them has a slightly different left-hand side. So it's pretty easy to pick out and see which one you have 4 of left. They play a Fairy Seer. So we might be able to get off this scatter shot. I probably want to go for Chromatic Star first, and then Refractor, and then they Spell Stutter, and then I get them. Power Plant, play the Chromatic Star, play the Refractor, They let it resolve. Play an expedition map. Now they could be wary here. So do I just... This is giving them more draws. I think I'm just going to map for tower. Try to get a little bit more value. It's a bit risky. Pass the turn. I do want to kill a spell setter. But, you know, I'm giving them lots of draws. If I had used the scatter shot there, they could have flashed. No, they couldn't have spell settered. But they could have gone like Hydroblast or something. They might not have that. They got 8 cards in hand. There's a land. I want to be able to have enough storm count to do 3 here and 2 here if they are not playing anything. There's a miscreant. Play a tower. Lead on a refractor, which they probably won't counter. Draw a card. Wellspring. Card. So I can play Mirror Retriever first. This is Storm 3. They're doing a good job here. Not biting. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I just go for it. Red. Scattershot. We'll blast everything. Now they could flash into Spell Setter and keep their ninja alive. So maybe I just double here. Or triple here. And pass the turn. Just want that ninja dead. Goes Force Spike on this Scattershot. And we actually have the mana, so I'll pay. They must not have seen that I had mana floating. I don't know why they did that. Okay, Ninja's dead. Miscreant is dead. They have a 1/1 in play. 5 cards in hand though, and they could ninja in more things. But of one mind is now turned off. They're getting in. So I have Weather to regain the life. So small ninja, Moon Circuit Hacker. Okay. Is the Fairy Seer out? They went top bottom. Find a refractor. I'll start with pylons, and then I'm going to crop it. They might respond to this. I don't care if I miss a land drop here, so it's kind of fine. I'd rather them just waste a spell. They could dispel it, which would stink. But if they spell stutter it, I think it's fine. They're going to let it go. So they must have spell stutter in hand. We'll grab a tower. And we will surveil. Blood Fountain. I think I have to graveyard that. Play Wellspring. Any stutters? No stutter? Fractor? Any stutter? Okay, so now I think I'm passing. And then we'll do stuff on their turn to try to make them have to do stuff where they tap their mana and use their spells. I don't want them to untap with 5 lands. Okay, of one mind's pretty solid for them. Still 5 mana available. Getting in for 1. They ninja the Fairy Seer, will immediately start going for insights and stuff. Ninja the Deep Hours. Let's go black. Viscer's Insight, sack the Wellspring. Trying to maximize the actions I'm taking while they like haven't gotten enough cards to know what they're doing. So they are trying to we're trying to make them make some mistakes. They dispel. What do we draw? If I draw a Snuff Out, I did not draw the Snuff Out. Let's go black. Deadly Dispute this Wellspring. Might draw a Scattershot, and if we do, that'd be really amazing. Okay, we draw Pactdoll and Snuff Out. Okay. So this next turn we can play the Pactdoll Terror, snuff out their ninja, but we don't necessarily need to snuff out the ninja. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I guess I just... Good weather? I don't know. I'll weather the storm. We'll go back to 24 life. Sweet. We have Blood Fountain in the graveyard. So if the Pactdoll Terror does not resolve, try it. We can Visitor's Insight the Retriever to get back the Blood Fountain. Kill this. Blood Fountain. Get back our 2 things. Okay, that resolves. Black. Attempt to Visitor's Insight the Refractor. Might just counterspell. Okay. That definitely isn't amazing. So let's play map. Train you. Sack. Get another Tron land of some kind. Do I want to just kill the ninja? Killed it. I think I'm not killing the ninja here. We're just holding on. Now I just have to find more draw spells. They countered almost all of them. I play a Miscreant. You have a second one? Second Miscreant. So let's attempt to kill this Miscreant. That way they don't draw a card. Fairy Seer. I'm in a bad spot. I think I just have to jam this Deadly Dispute. We'll dispute the Retriever. and return, could return Blood Fountain. I think I have to return the Blood Fountain. Okay. They're kind of incentivized to let the Deadly Dispute resolve in that case. Play Energy Refractor. Draw a card. And a Chromatic Star. I'm just trying to find another draw spell. Or a Scatter Shot. Find a draw spell. Sweet. Let's draw 2. Another Terror. Okay. Black. Play the Pactdoll. Using a Null. Bummer. Okay. Let's just... I probably have Spell Setter in hand. Let's Eviscerator's Insight. Playing around Force Spike. Can we draw more cards? Yep. Nice. Alright, I'll pass the turn. Plan is to block the ninja, the G-Powers, and let them get their hacker. They're getting in for 2. So if they have Spell Setter in hand, they have no ninjas. Okay, so let's start with Foundry. Because Foundry is just going to take over the game if it resolves. They use a Null. Play Mirror Retriever. That resolves. Let's play Blood Fountain. Spell Setter. And then let's... I guess I have to let that resolve. Because I want to Deadly Dispute the Mirror Retriever and get it back. Black. Deadly Dispute the Mirror Retriever. Turn the Blood Fountain. And they scoop! We're 4-0! Sick! Alright, I'll see you in the last round. Alright, we're here in round 5. Unfortunately, OBS exploded, so I don't have the live footage, but this was quite a match, so let's check it out. We're here in game 1 on the play. We have a pretty solid hand. It does the thing. We can go land, scry, star, play the mine. Opponent kept 7. We play Conduit Pylons. Finding a Deadly Dispute seems like a good keep. I'll play the Chromatic Star and pass the turn. Our opponent goes Swamp. They play Chromatic Star, so I'm assuming maybe they're on Altar Tron. We'll play the mine out. And then I'll just play the Mirror Retriever with the plan of Deadly Disputing the Retriever to return the Chromatic Star. They play another Swamp. Sacrifice for red, which is strange. Plays Clockwork Percussionist, so now I have no idea what's going on over there. Very strange. They get in for 1. I find a Power Plant off the top, so let's just play the Power Plant out. Play a Chromatic Star. Our opponent says that they like the content, so thank you, Lokar. It's been nice to play with you. We're gonna just not block, because I don't know if they're an aggro deck. I mean, not attack. They're attacking in after playing a mountain. We block. Now I will crack for black and Deadly Dispute the Mirror Retriever. So Deadly Dispute the Retriever, return the Chromatic Star. We draw a Wellspring and Expedition map. So next turn we can tap these 3, get a tower, play the tower, play Foundry Inspector, Star, Star, Refractor. Our opponent plays a Goblin Matron, finding a Putrid Goblin. So we know that they're on Goblin combo, some sort of weird version of it. And I rip a tower off the top, which is really lucky, to be honest. So I can play tower into Foundry Inspector, and then a lot of free spells. So here comes, we'll start with a Wellspring, draw a card. Finding a Pactdoll Terror. So I crack for black to put the Pactdoll into play and try to pressure them a bit. I could have maybe gone for a Deadly Dispute to try to draw into the combo faster, because Pactdoll in play doesn't do too much. So maybe that was a mistake. Play the Chromatic Star. Play the Chromatic Star again. Play Energy Refractor and the Expedition map. But maybe it doesn't really matter either way, because I just got ahead of it. Oh, and we cracked for black. We found a Foundry Inspector, so we're just going to go ahead and play the Foundry Inspector out and play a 0-mana Energy Refractor. Really showing the power of the cost reducers here. Find another tower. So our opponent's turn. They play a Putrid Goblin. No attacks. So I'm pretty afraid that they're going to have the win. We're going to try to dig as hard as we can. We go black. We draw a card off the Chromatic Star. Deadly Dispute. Sacrificing the Wellspring. Drawing another Wellspring. Okay. Play a Wellspring. We drain them and draw a card. We find the Ashnod's Altar, so now all we're missing is a Mirror Retriever. If we can find the Mirror Retriever, it'll be GG. Start on Eviscerator's Insight. Sacrificing the Wellspring. We draw Swamp and Weather and a Power Plant. Play the Ashnod's Altar out, just to get it on the table and drain you. And now I have to maximize what I can do. I go black, and I'm going to Eviscerator's Insight, sacrificing the Expedition map. Draw 2 cards again. We have another Eviscerator's Insight. So in order to maximize the amount of mana left over, the only thing I can do here, if I'm really afraid that they're going to win next turn, is tap my tower for 4 and then Eviscer's inside the Foundry Inspector. I'll have 1 mana left over, which is exactly enough to cast the Mirror Retriever if I find it. So this is our last shot. Digging really, really hard. We have 32 cards left in deck. It would be statistically likely to find it, but, you know, we'll find out. And did we get there? Finding the Retriever off the top is legit. We just play the Retriever and start to combo them. Zoop. Our opponent plays an Eviscer's Insight, sacrificing the Clockwork, finding a first day of class, so they definitely would have had it on the next turn. Okay, so game 2 here. Normally, Mogwarts or Goblin combo, I like to bring in as much removal as possible. So I brought in 4 Snuff Out, 3 Krark-Clan Shaman, and 3 Nile Spellbomb, cutting the Pactdoll Terror, the 2 Weather the Storms, the Ashnod's Altar, the Foundry Inspectors, and the Golem Foundry. And just trying to eventually get there by attacking with the Pactdoll Terrors and the Mirror Retrievers. Essentially, I'm the control deck. So our opponent's on the play. This hand is fine. We can keep it. They keep 7, go Mountain and pass. So now we have natural Tron off the top. We can just play Star and pass. Our opponent plays Mountain, Clockwork. They get in for 1. Then they Kuldotha the Clockwork. So I'm wondering what is going on here. This seems like pretty aggro. They find a swamp off the top. So all I can really do is play the Mirror Retriever and pass. Our opponent's turn. They Bushwhacker, which is even scarier. I'd have no life gain really in the deck. They just go ahead and get in for 8. We're at 11. They play a Swamp. So this next turn, I think my best play is to just drop some creatures on the table. So we play a Chromatic Star, a Mirror Retriever, and a Mirror Retriever. Not expecting them to be able to get past this now that I have blockers. I'll pass the turn back. Our opponent gets in for 4. So I block 3 goblins. Then I will Deadly Dispute a Chromatic Star, sacrificing 1 Chromatic Star. So I'll have 2 Chromatic Stars in the graveyard. And cast the Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the Chromatic Star. Draw a bunch of cards. And now these 3 Retrievers, since they're all dying at the same time, can all return themselves. But I would like to get the Chromatic Star back because then I'll have colored sources. So I get back Retriever, Retriever, and a Chromatic Star. Opponent plays a Wellspring. Rakdos Carnarium. Except the Swamp. On my turn, I play Chromatic Star, Mirror Retriever. I found a Krark-Clan Shaman, but I'm not worried about wiping the board because I have the blocks, and I don't know. We're just going to put the Krark-Clan Shaman on the table in case they try to combo. Play an Expedition map. Now I have Deadly Dispute in case I need to try to draw into a Snuff Out. Our opponent's turn. They play a Mountain. Lead on Goblin Grenade. Puts me to 5. That was not expected. Came out of nowhere. Lightning Bolt. Do they have the last Lightning Bolt? And they do. So we're dead. Apparently I needed to keep the Weather Storms in. So let's see what happens in game 3. So game 3, I've cut the Snuff Outs, bringing back in 3 Weather the Storms and 1 Pactdoll Terror. But the rest is pretty much the same. So removal and just hold on to the Terrors. This hand is fine. We have Wellspring, Deadly Dispute. I had already mulliganed to 6. I don't know what happened in the first one, but we'll just play Mine, pass. Our opponent goes Mountain, pass. We'll play Power Plant, Wellspring, and we draw a Crop Rotation. Opponent plays Clockwork and picks up their land with the Rakdos Carnarium and getting in for 1. We have the Krark-Clan Shaman. I think I'm just going to play the Pylons. I don't know if they're on the aggro plan or the combo plan. We ended up finding Eviscer's Insight, so I just binned it, which is great because now we got that value. I can Crop Rotation if I need to. They get in for 1. Okay, and then what? Plays a Goblin Matron, and they find a Putrid Goblin. So on end step, I will Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Now I draw, I find Power Plant, I have a Wellspring. So I think what I want to do here is play the Swamp. Then we float black, use the treasure for green, crop the Swamp. Now I have Tron online, plus 1 colored source. I can play the Wellspring, and then Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Drawing the Spellbomb here, really, really good. And then I can play Retriever, Spellbomb, Krark-Clan Shaman, and like one other thing. So the Weather Storms have not been good in this game yet, but it's possible that they just sided out their aggro plan. We play out the map, and then play the Krark-Clan Shaman and pass the turn. So now it's going to be who's going to blink first. They get in for 2. I block the Clockwork because I want to take their card draw off the table. I just have known quantities. And they find a Drossforge Bridge, which they can use until the end of the next turn. Play another Clockwork from hand. We have 2 layers of protection here, which feels not super safe. It's like medium level safe. You can play an Ichor Wellspring, draw a card, play out a Mirror Retriever. Now if I need to wipe their graveyard, I can do that with the Spellbomb and then crack the Mirror Retriever with the Deadly Dispute and get back the Spellbomb. So I'm not worried about trying to keep my Retriever loops going. I'm just worried about not dying. Our opponent Deadly Disputes on their end step. They're getting in again. I will once again block. This time I'll return the Mirror Retriever. They find another Percussionist, which is silly. And they cast a Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the Matron. This kind of indicates that they want to use an Unearth on the Matron. And because I have Retriever, Deadly Dispute, get back the Spellbomb, if they do Unearth, I'm going to just crack it. There's the Unearth. So we crack the Spellbomb, pay the cost, get rid of, like, fizzle their Unearth, basically. We only have 1 layer of protection now if somehow they go for it. I don't think they would. But we do have 2 to sacrifice. Now we're going to draw, play the Mirror Retriever, immediately, or play Refractor first, okay. Land, Retriever, Deadly Dispute the Retriever immediately, and get back the Spellbomb. This allows us to play the Spellbomb again, and I found a Terror, which is nice. I can start messing with their life total. Play the Terror, play Spellbomb out, and a Chromatic Star, and then pass the turn. I'm not attacking. I need to keep this Karklan Shaman alive. They play a land, plays a Visitor's Insight, sacrificing the Percussionist, finding an Unearth. If they unearth the Percussionist, which is fine. We can't really do too much about that. They kind of just cycled their card there. The Visitor's Insight the Clockwork, finding a Matron, which they'd have to use all the mana that they have right now to cast it. They play a Putrid Goblin. So Matron can be played next turn. They go Goblin Grenade on the Pactdoll Terror. I do not really care that much, but I would not have sacrificed the Pactdoll Terror there anyway. I'm still trying to hold on to my many layers of protection. So I crack for black so I can Eviscer's Insight on the Wellspring. We draw a bunch of cards. Drawing another Pactdoll Terror and a Wellspring and a map. So we'll get the Terror into play. Terror! Play a Wellspring, drain you. Finding another Wellspring, we'll play that and drain you again. And then pass the turn. Our opponent plays First Day of Class. That's fine. We don't respond to that. They play a Goblin Matron, so that'll be a 2-2. Then they grab a Skirk Prospector. That's a 2-2 as well. They currently can't combo because this already has a negative counter on it. They sacrifice the Matron to play another Putrid. Okay, it's a 3-3. So now they sacrifice the Putrid Goblin. It will come back. It's important that you respond to these triggers. So Persist brings it back. It has First Day of Class trigger. They have 1-1, 2-2, and a 1-1. So we're going to immediately use the Karklan Shaman to wipe the board. And then we still have the Spellbomb as a second layer of protection. We didn't want to use the Spellbomb there because we want to use it to get rid of all these creatures from play entirely, essentially. So we sacrifice a Wellspring. They respond with another First Day of Class, which is like, okay. Then I got a little scared that I wasn't holding priority correctly. So I just sacrificed now. But usually you should just put these triggers on the table, actually this is how it works anyway. Doesn't really matter. Okay, you should let this resolve and then sack again so you can see what you drew. That's what I'm trying to say. We draw a Chromatic Star. Karklan Shaman dies. We draw, or they kill their creature. We draw. Do they have anything left? They just pass. So now that they've essentially fizzled, we definitely want to Spellbomb them. Drawing another Spellbomb here. So we're just going to map and drain you. Map, drain you. Spellbomb, drain you. Chromatic Star, drain you. Refractor, drain you. Storm is 5. Viscer's Insight, okay. So we crack the Chromatic Star. I found a crop rotation, so I will now convert the pylons into a tower. And then Viscer's Insight, sacrificing a map. We found a Deadly Dispute. I'm building my Storm count. I just don't want to die to their aggro again. It's not like I want to time them. I just want to not die to their aggro. Play Chromatic, play an Expedition map. And then Spellbomb you to 0. Play out a Mirror Retriever. And I'll use the rest of my mana to weather the storm. And I will just go ahead and let those triggers resolve and pass the turn. Our opponent said GG, but they're continuing to play, so it's not over till it's over. I think it was a GG. It was a very good game, very, very tight. They played Introduction to Prophecy. Putrid Goblin, Skirk Prospector. So first day of class, they could go off again. I have to be very aware. And my goal here is they're at 3. I'm going to try to Eviscera's Insight and then just loop those back and forth to drain them the last 3. So I'll use the Eviscera's Insight, sacrifice the Mirror Retriever to return Mirror Retriever. We draw 2 more artifacts. I can play out Mirror Retriever, drain you, Spellbomb, drain you. And I also drew an Insight. So we'll just Insight the Mirror Retriever, return Mirror Retriever, cast Mirror Retriever, and that is the game. We ended up getting the trophy with Altar Tron. Not playing Candy Trail, one of my favorite cards to play, actually. But, you know, it seems like it's working the way it was designed. And what's nice about this deck is that Pactdoll Terror it seems to make it so it's much easier to actually execute on Magic Online. We also got the upgrade of Snuff Out that, you know, people had been telling me about. I was kind of not wanting to use, but it's been really good. Obviously, it was good versus fairies, Scattershot, House versus fairies, and then the rest of the deck just worked. I'm just so impressed by the cost reduction plus the towers that I almost want to go ahead and play Familiar's Tron again, which would be hilarious. All right, hopefully you enjoyed. Sorry about the last match, but we'll see you in the next video.